I used to be a Liverpool fan because of Torres.
Yeah? Why aren't you a Liverpool fan anymore?
I love Torres, bro.
You should be a Liverpool fan now.
Everywhere Liverpool went, or Torres went, I loved it.
So why aren't you a Liverpool fan now, bro? They're up.
Because he's retired. And now I'm Barcelonista. Barcelonista.
Speaking of Liverpool, we had a show on this weekend, the Manchester versus Liverpool match, which we were invited to. Actually, no, invited to, but it was an open invite. But luckily, we had the opportunity to go and watch the game in a little fan fest they had here held in Toronto. The Man City team was holding their 4-in-a-row global tour, and they were able to bring two former Manchester City icons in Sean Wright-Phillips and Nedum Onua. And luckily for y'all, and luckily for us, we were able to have a nice little chat and sit down with them for about an hour, and we had some good questions. The two guys bantered along. We had some little games, but that content, that interview is definitely going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. But yes, nonetheless, to the good stuff.
Some good lads.
Liverpool versus Manchester City. Dude, Man City are in the mud right now.
Yeah, bro, it's got to be tough being a City fan right now. I mean, obviously, previous success, City are up. But right now, man, I don't know what's going on. Like, a lot of injuries, players not performing. Like, what's the cause for all this downturn right now at City? What's going on?
I think it's one of those things where dynasties have to come to an end. We saw it with the Bulls after 98. You end eventually. You can't live forever. Dynasties always end. So I think City's dynasty is just ending. The team is aging. The coach is being overworked and overblamed. So it's just a big kerfuffle of just chaos, and it's going to crumble before our very eyes.
Well, I think it already is. Like, it's already literally crumbling right before our eyes right now. I think what you said, that it's the age, I think, is the biggest thing. I think there's a few key players in the squad and that are not in the squad currently that I think they haven't necessarily replaced. And I think they've played a lot of football in the last 4 or 5 years, between making deep CL runs, deep cup runs, fighting for the Premier League up until sometimes the last few matches of the season. Some of these players have been playing week in, week out, 2-3 games a week sometimes. I think it catches up on a lot of these players too, especially if they're international players too, and you had condensed Euro and World Cup runs over the last few years. You had 3 Euros or 2 Euros in 3 years, and then you had the World Cup as well, right? So it's it's a lot of international football. So I think I'm looking at guys like Kyle Walker, guys like Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, I think is a big one too. These players, I think they're exhausted, dude. And I don't think they've replaced De Bruyne, and I think that's the biggest thing. He was such a key part for that team in terms of creating chances and being a facilitator in that midfield. And I'm still waiting for Foden to step up and be that guy. Because last season he scored a lot of goals, but it wasn't in the same role that De Bruyne was in. Right? De Bruyne was more of a deep lying facilitator, but also creating a lot of chances. Foden, a little bit more of a goal scorer. He's not necessarily a chance creator. We saw it in the game too, dude. They had absolutely nothing until Doku came on. And Doku was the only one that was able to create anything. They were playing Mateus Nunes, CDM, on the wing.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about, bro.
What was up with that experiment, bro?
That confused me,
I'm telling
man.
you guys, he's a 6. But I don't know. I think it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the summer. The summer, I think, is going to be a huge sign of what's going to happen to City. Are they going to move on from some of these players and maybe start to rebuild and retool with some more youth, or are they going to try sticking through it with some of these guys? Is De Bruyne on the team next year? Is Walker on the team next year? Is Bernardo on the team next year? Is Ederson on the team next year? I don't think so. To be honest, I think you have to move on from some of these players.
I think age and what you guys are saying is a lousy excuse, and you guys are giving the massive excuses for 100%. First of all,
problem, then?
Kevin De Bruyne, he's only played 400 minutes this season.
Exactly.
What happened to the games before they started losing? He wasn't playing minutes. Last season, was he not injured for a majority of the season?
Yeah, but they weren't that good last year, I feel like.
Then why do they run and get so many? Why did they win the league? And the year before that, wasn't De Bruyne injured before that too?
Premier League was easy to win though.
But the year before that, they ran their Champions League win.
Oh, I think the year before that he played, but he got hurt in the final. No.
But he's an injury-prone player. He's been out for majority of the games. And for age, to say that age, then what's wrong with Liverpool? Why is there not their excuse? And why are they winning the games with the age that they have?
Well, Liverpool, they retooled.
No, what I think
They
is
retooled.
the thing is actually I don't think Liverpool are old. I think they're actually entering their prime.
No, Liverpool have Salah, who is
He's
32.
in his prime.
32.
Yeah, he's in his prime.
And then what's the excuse for the rest of the Man City players? Who's the oldest players in Man City right now?
I don't think. I'm sorry.
Who's the
No,
oldest
no
player
one.
in Man City right now?
No one is more fitter than Salah on any of those teams.
And you can't say he's entering his prime. He's been in his prime for how many years
No.
now?
This season is next level.
I think Salah. I think he definitely. Not to say that these other players don't, but I think like Salah, you can tell really takes care of his fitness, his health, his well being. Like, you know what I mean? Like I feel he really. I think he also has something to prove, and I think whatever. If this may be just another excuse for the City team, I think maybe they just. I think they won too much, and maybe they don't have the right mentality right now to dig in and kind of get themselves out of this little rut. Like they've been so used to winning and getting everything their way the last few years. I think it's been a while since a lot of these players had to get themselves out of this like losing situation, and no one's stepping up. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, no one is stepping up for City, right? Like who's it going to be? Like clearly not hasn't been Foden, hasn't been Grealish, right? It hasn't necessarily been Haaland either, but I think maybe that's also part of the way that he's kind of limited in his role that Pep gives him, right? Last season, Rodri stepped up a couple times, gave him some big goals. This season, there hasn't been that player to do that yet.
I don't know. Maybe it's because players like Salah, Trent, and Van Dijk are in like their contract season, but those three especially have been really great for Liverpool.
Well, Liverpool as a whole, I think they also have that new
General.
manager bounce, right? Like Arne Slot.
Yeah, but you can't say the
came
manager
in.
bounce.
No,
A lot
come
of
on.
teams
You would-
face a lot of teams face the opposite.
You'd expect them to do this good after the one season with the new gaffer. No, come on.
Well, you never know.
A lot of us had, and I'm sure a lot of people in general had this team, starting again. This is another, couple years where they go back to the top. But no, it's like instant. It's instant. You're seeing players like Gravenberch where people are saying if he stays in this level that he's at, he's world class level. And you saw this game too.
Yeah.
And he wasn't having many minutes under Klopp.
He wasn't
The first couple
played.
seasons, he
People were
wasn't
saying
playing much.
people were saying he was gonna leave
He's
soon.
playing in the wrong role, I think. I
Yeah.
think now he's found his role kind of as a six,
Mm.
and he's just fit right in, right? I think sometimes it takes like a new manager with a new idea and maybe a new kind of role for a player to play to really kind of step in. I think we've seen that with a lot of this Liverpool side. Like Diaz has been balling this season as well. Salah refound, his elite form. Szoboszlai too in this midfield has found it.
Gakpo.
Gakpo as well. Like he's brought the best out of a lot of these players, right? And I think like to be honest, like I'm ready to sit here and say he's been the best manager in the world this season, right? And I don't think that's a question.
No.
Right? I think that's just a fact, right? If you look at how Liverpool have played this season, if you talk about the stat that I told you earlier, Matt, right? We're talking about a manager who beat Carlo Ancelotti, who's now beaten Pep Guardiola, who's beaten Ten Hag, who's beaten Xabi Alonso, who was the best gaffer in the world last season, and he hasn't conceded a goal in any of these games. Against Real Madrid, Man City, Man United, Leverkusen, some of the best teams in the world, has not conceded a goal.
Yeah, I mean, him and his team have been doing unbelievable work, right? Like, a lot of people complaining, like, at the beginning of the season, oh, Liverpool haven't signed any players in the transfer window. We just signed a manager. And people were saying, like, what are Liverpool going to do in the season? But this manager, man, they've transformed them, right? Like, how they've been playing and whatnot. Been remarkable.
Yeah, but you said something interesting.
Mm.
You said Mo Salah has something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
And excuse my French, I think that's friggin' insane.
You think?
Because wasn't Salah being called a one-season wonder? We're what, in year 7, 8 of that one-season wonder?
I think he still has. I think he has.
What does he have to prove?
I think
Mo Salah is the best player in Premier League history. I said it.
You know what? Like, I almost have to agree with you, but I think he has something to prove to himself. I think, dude, City have been on a tear now for the last 4 in a row, right? That City have been kind of dominating the league. Liverpool haven't really been challenging for the title in a few seasons. Contract year as well. I think he wants to prove to everybody that he's still like an elite player in the world, right? And I think this season he's going to finish top scorer potentially. He's going to probably win the Premier League this season as well. Maybe they have a deep run in the Champions League. And I think not for anything, if they win the league this season and he's top scorer at the age of 32,
Don't say it. You gonna say it?
I think he's probably the best player in Premier League history.
They say he's gonna win the Ballon d'Or next year.
Well, I mean that too.
That's warranted, right?
That's
Yeah,
warranted,
right?
right? I mean,
It is.
could be warranted.
No, it's
It
not.
could be warranted.
Why?
No, it's not.
Why?
Why didn't Haaland win it?
Well, why
Messi tax,
did
bro.
Rodri win it?
But why didn't Haaland win it?
Because Messi.
But no,
Messi
but
won
yeah,
that.
but that's
That's
still you
Messi.
That was
can't.
when Messi
You
won the
can't.
World Cup, no?
But now
Yeah.
you can't just say because you win the Premier League you can win the Ballon d'Or.
Well, there's no international tournament next year, is there?
There's Club World Cup. Is that going to be a big trophy by FIFA?
It does affect it, but
It might affect it. It might affect it.
I don't know how much weight it's gonna hold.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll
Hey,
have to
man,
see.
The
We'll have to
smallest
see.
things clearly weigh a lot. If you're getting first place in MLS and you're still considered top 10 in the world
It might
and nominated in the best 11.
I guess.
because I think they're really trying to push it, the Club World Cup. So I think it may very well hold a lot of kind of weight.
Yeah, but what attacker in Premier League history has been this consistent over this many seasons?
Hey, I'm telling you right now, some people are still saying Hazard over Salah.
What?
A lot of people are still saying Hazard over Salah. They're picking Hazard. When you have a left winger and right winger, it's usually Ronaldo, and then the other is either Hazard or Salah.
For what, like all-time?
All time Prem.
Bro,
What do you guys think? I think Salah is there now. I think
I
Salah
mean-
is there.
I think he's been there.
I mean,
bro.
quite frankly, Mo Salah is a better Prem player than Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah. Just
Look what Mo
Ronaldo's-
Salah's
Ronaldo-
done in the league all the years. Ronaldo was only good in the Prem for 2 seasons. Pre-Madrid.
Yeah, but how long was he there for too?
Pre-Madrid? 03, 04, 05, 06, 06, 07, 07, 08,
08.
4 years.
Yeah.
Again, that counts. Mo's been there for like 8-ish years.
But
At
now,
Liverpool,
But
and-
now, this being in the Prem longer means you have more impact. Like,
Yeah, but he's been consistently good over that time.
Yeah,
He's like
that's
never
true.
had a bad season. And no, it's because people were calling him a 1-season wonder after 17, 18. And
yeah,
look what he just did, man. Look what he's doing every
you're
year.
not wrong. I have something funny on Twitter on X. Someone said Arsenal waited 2 years to be in the position Liverpool are in right now, which Arne Slot has achieved in just 3 months, while spending 600 million less.
Damn.
Embarrassing, if you ask me.
I mean, what does this
How
say
crazy is
for Arteta if Arne Slot ends up winning the Prem in his first season?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the team that was handed to Arteta is not the same level that the team that was handed to Arne Slot.
But even then, last year
People
had a
were calling it
very good
finished.
chance to win.
No, had a very good chance to win. But the time that it took Arteta to change his team with the team he got, it's impressive still. Arne Slot was handed the perfect team to him.
Perfect.
Was
team's
it perfect?
crazy.
But who did he sign? If he didn't sign anyone and this is the exact same team from last year and he's doing what he has now, it's the perfect team for him.
No one was saying it was a perfect team last year. Everyone
But
was saying
is it not
they were shit last
but is it not a perfect team for him considering what he's done so far with no signings?
Well, because it looks
manager.
like that. Who would have thought before the season started that this was a perfect
Maybe
team for Arne
before we
Slot?
didn't think so, but this team is clearly the perfect team for him and he was handed down the perfect team for him.
I don't think it's a perfect team. I think he made it.
Buddy, they're in first place. They haven't lost in the
he's
Champions
a good
League.
gaffer, man.
Okay, what place did they come in last year in the Prem?
They were fighting for the Prem for
So
most
they
of the
would've-
time
they
because
would've been top 4.
yeah, remember
They
when
would have been
Klopp
top 4. They
They finished third.
they finished third. It was the
season,
last couple games
Everyone
when
was
they
talking
lost.
about Salah's the only good attacker. Everyone was chirped Nunez, chirped Gakpo, chirped Diaz.
It's true.
They had no midfield last year. Everyone was chirping them for signing Endo.
Yeah.
They said they had no midfield at all. Back line, everyone was calling Van Dijk
Washed.
or a merchant last year.
Trent can't
Can't
defend.
defend. Allison's finished. Robertson's finished. That's what everyone was saying last year.
That's all just
No, it's
people being
true.
idiots. The
Bro,
only reason they
And now they're
got
the best team in the world.
they finished with 10 draws. That's also a big factor. They only lost 4 times in the season in the league. Drawing 10 times, that you're losing 20 points.
But again, you can't be those games decide the league back then, especially.
But like I said, the team that was given to Arne Slot may have not looked perfect on paper for everyone at the beginning of the season, but it was clearly the perfect team for him considering what the level he's at right
because
now.
he made it a perfect team. Again, Arteta maybe wasn't given the perfect team when he got there, but he was given the money, 600 million. Go do what you have to do. I'll give you the money to make your perfect team.
No.
Slot didn't. Who did Slot? Who did Slot buy?
I still don't
No one.
believe.
No
I still
one.
don't believe
It's
money.
Chiesa.
I still don't believe money buys you perfect teams anymore.
Well,
Or
it
never
gives you
really did, to be
it
honest.
gives you the best
No.
options.
To
What do you mean?
me, money does. If you guys look at football today,
So what would you rather want?
if you guys look at football today, what tells you like, oh, you know what, money bought them that success right away, upside like flipped it. I'm gonna spend $100 million this winter, this season, this transfer window, and we know we're gonna come and we're gonna destroy everyone because of the 2-3 signings that we splashed money on. Tom, give me an example of what moment in football recently that's been proven like that.
That's
A
been
team
proven?
splashed hundreds of $1 millions in one transfer window and they just flipped upside down.
Well, no one really does that anymore.
But you're saying that
The last time someone did was Arsenal and
everyone-
Arteta, and
But
they-
everyone's
they
saying
did
no,
it.
they didn't. What success did they get?
They've been finishing second.
What
and-
success did they flip in right away after spending all that millions of dollars? Give me one time, but everyone expects this success immediately once teams are spending millions of dollars.
Well, if you really think about it, wouldn't you getting more options give you more chances of success?
But that's what you think. But there's no example.
what?
There's no example to prove that actually works.
I mean,
Do you guys have an example of that when it actually works?
PSG?
PSG when
2012
winning what?
Liga.
Okay, and they won.
They didn't win the league for 20 years before that.
How much? Who did they buy?
Ibra.
And what do they do with that? With the rest of the league? What does the rest of the league look like?
Back then,
Yeah.
Marseille, Lyon, Lille.
Okay, and then
Montpellier.
after that, what happened?
They kept winning the league every single year.
Okay, but recently, that's what 12 years ago,
I don't know.
and that's a PSG that
Madrid?
that's also a PSG that hasn't won anything in Europe.
So what's your argument then? What brings you a
People
successful
saying
team?
that successful teams come to the manager.
Yeah, but
Okay.
why was it the perfect team for Slot and not for Klopp last year? There's
Yeah.
no change in personnel.
There's no change of personnel.
Clearly, if you have the exact same players on the team as last year,
So is Klopp,
But-
is
but-
Slot better than Klopp?
but Arne Slot is doing much better with the team. What does that say?
You tell me.
Well, what does it say? What do the numbers say?
So is Slot better than Klopp then?
Maybe that personnel that he has here, maybe Gravenberch wasn't the player that Klopp was for him when it was handed to him, but Gravenberch for Arne Slot was probably the perfect midfield for him. Exact same team. Why is Arne Slot doing much better?
I think it's a fresh set of eyes, right? I think at the end of the day, like any team, like after a while, it can get stale. And I think Klopp obviously had also like a very demanding and taxing style of play on his players. And I think maybe some of those players just didn't necessarily fit that system. But I think Slot comes in with a little bit of a different system and a different idea for some players. Like you see a lot of players right now are playing different roles under Slot than they did under Klopp. Like I remember last year a few times Cody Gakpo was playing as like an 8.
He's almost playing as a striker too sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes a striker, sometimes as an 8, but now he's a little bit more pronounced as like a forward. He's not playing 8 anymore.
Considering that they put him over Luis Diaz on the left side of this game.
Yeah, but Diaz was up there too. Right? I think Diaz was playing up top,
Striker, yeah.
striker, right? So a totally different kind of system there as well. And then you're looking at the midfield. Last year, a lot of times Gravenberch was playing a little bit more advanced. But I think the 6 is really where he shines, right? He has big physical body. In the Prem, that's all you need. You can dominate a midfield with a physical body and some technique. And that's what he has.
Maybe Slot saw something in the players that he has than Klopp did at the moment.
He brought in a different perspective. Like I don't necessarily think he was handed down like a perfect squad because I think last year people had a lot of holes in Liverpool's squad. I think he maybe just is bringing out the best in some of these players, and I think a lot of them also feel like they have something to prove, right? They're like we maybe let Klopp down. We haven't really fought for the title in 4 years. We still want to prove that we're elite players, especially like Dave said, 4 of their most key players are in contract years. Right, if you include Alisson in there, you have Trent, Van Dijk, and Salah. These players, they want to prove that they're worth another big contract, right? They don't want to just have a shit season. They're going to do their best, right? I think that's what you're seeing here is now fresh eyes on the team, players that are trying to prove themselves, and they're playing well. They're balling out.
I also think a big reason why you can say that this team has been doing good under Slot, and maybe it's different when Klopp was there, is because when a new manager comes to your team, that gaffer has nothing from the past to like look at. Oh, okay, this player did good for me back then. Okay, maybe I keep him on. Like Klopp, he had his favorites, of course, right? Every manager has their favorites. So what do you expect to do? Like next season, I'm gonna go 0 blank canvas and start again and make my team. No, like he's gonna have his favorites. So having a new gaffer come in, like Arne Slot, he has no bias. I'm going to choose the best players that I'm going to think are fit for this team. Let's see how they do in training. Okay, let me put him in. Another good example. Look at Amorim. Look what he's doing in Manchester. He's trying to get players at different positions. Look at Diallo. He's balling out right now at right mid. No, people last year he didn't get any minutes. People thought he was going to leave. So it's like getting a new gaffer gives opportunities to these players like Gravenberch and all these guys that didn't really have those chances, but now like they can actually really show themselves to the new gaffer, and now they have something to prove. Yeah. So it definitely helps. I have one more thing to say here.
Yeah,
what was it say? Did I lose it?
While you look for that,
Yeah, go for it.
I just want to say, Pep Guardiola is in his Mourinho arc, bro. Did you guys see him throwing up the 6 fingers at the Liverpool fans after saying sacked in the morning? Crazy.
Do you think he's lost the plot now officially? Like what everyone when Mourinho used to go nuts like that, everyone used to say, "Oh, Mourinho's lost the plot." Do you think Pep's like starting to lose the plot a little bit?
Probably. He's still just trying to shoot back at the fans
Yeah.
that he's still one of the greatest of all time.
Has he been managing for too long? Does he need a sabbatical? Does he need to go coach an international team for a bit?
No, man, it's exactly what you said. I don't think it comes down to players being out of age or form. It's just literally mentality. If on paper it shows that Rodri is their best player on the pitch, and he's been out this time, and like it's just one game after the second game, the third game now, the fourth game. It's now the seventh game they haven't seen a win. They're obviously going to start feeling a mental kind of breakdown. I'm sure the Gaffer's the same way. So
I'm sure the players are definitely like really stressed out now, like super stressed out now. That they might be trying too hard, trying to get that win now because like, dude, have to win.
You're overthinking a little bit.
You're
Like
definitely
you're
overthinking
questioning,
it.
like every pass, right? I think at the end of the day, like I don't think Pep's gonna overreact. I think he's gonna stay calm and just tell the boys like, you guys know what to do. Like it's
no, but he's getting it clearly
you
wrong
see- you see it.
with the formation he's putting out there.
yeah, that was
Like,
kind of crazy.
why is he? I'm not sure if this is the
Why
exact
is Nunez
formation.
playing right?
But why is he
left
playing
mid?
Silva and Gundogan in the mid and having Lewis and Nunez playing out wide when they clearly should be playing the exact opposite formation positions?
Yeah, it was just kind of weird, like how Guardiola is starting Nunez in a position he doesn't play in
Yeah,
for the first time ever in one of the biggest games of the season so far, right?
Dude, I literally called it when we were there. I'm like, dude, this guy's lost the ball every single
he looked very
touch he's had. He's
Yeah.
lost every single ball,
Yeah,
and
he's
I
not
was
a
calling it
winger.
out. I'm like, dude, what's he doing? Losing it again, losing it again, losing it again.
Yeah, he looked very uncomfortable, and I think maybe that was Pep maybe overthinking. Oh, like I need to stop Trent. That's what it was. Let me put a player there who can maybe track Trent, stay with Trent as he moves into the midfield, as he shifts in. That's probably what he was trying to do.
So he was
But it
looking.
just didn't work out.
He was looking to defend from up higher than lower, and then kind
Yeah,
of
that's
using
what he
his
wanted to
and then
do.
using his midfielders to press. He lost
Yeah.
the midfield too because
Yeah.
from what it showed, like even McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Gabriel, they had a lot of possession too, and
They took over the game.
they were like moving the ball well. They were like they look way better than the Man City side, especially when the first half they looked so confused under pressure.
Yeah, bro.
I know some moments where even Ortega was like having the ball in his box and the pressure was coming in. They almost lost it.
Yeah,
it was
Liverpool's
crazy.
press was insane that game, bro.
They're hungry.
Choking City.
They're
bro.
hungry, dude. They're hungry to prove that they're the best team in the world. Slot has, them becoming mentality monsters, right? Like he's come in and clearly instilled a different mentality in this team, and everyone goes out there. They're fighting for each other. They're fighting for the badge, and best team in the world right now.
Were City wrong in giving Pep that 1-year extension?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Obviously, in hindsight, you can say yeah because like the form that they're in right now. But dude, if you look at everything that he's done, and it probably helps secure some of those players for longer. I think like if you don't have him extended, I think Haaland's probably already thinking about leaving. But if you have one more year guarantee with Pep, like he maybe stays an extra season, realistically speaking. Because as soon as Pep's gone, he's gone.
I also feel
That's a Pep pull, man.
I also feel like as soon as Pep's gone, this team is not going to be the same team.
Oh, of course not.
Even if you have the exact same players the following season.
Well, you know what Pep's done for the league, or what he does for any team, what he does for any league. And man, we thought the same thing with Cruz. If he was gone, this Liverpool team's gonna be, in shambles. But maybe someone does come on.
Cruz?
Klopp. When Klopp left, we thought this team Liverpool would be in shambles. But man, you never know. Sometimes those young gaffers are with different ideas, new ideas. It's something refreshing for the team. So
Okay, so let's say Man City actually come back and win the league. Because it's more than possible.
they're what point? How many
is
points?
Prem an absolute farmers league at that point? Are they all twerking for City at that point if they let that happen?
City are down by 11 points.
Not a lot.
It's kind of.
But that's a
Couple
lot of
match
factors considering that Liverpool are in a great run of forms. Fixtures wise, Man City can definitely have a bounce back with the next couple fixtures that are coming in. We got Nottingham, Crystal Palace, Juve in the Champions League, and then they got Man U Derby in 2 weeks or so. And then I feel like it's definitely a lighter window for them. But again, we've seen it with Feyenoord in the Champions League. Even Bournemouth and Brighton. Like some of these teams, they can still start choking. It's just still in the mentality, right? And it's just Liverpool. If Liverpool keep their run of form, their fixture list too, it's Newcastle, Everton, Girona, Fulham, Southampton. So it's not that crazy either. And I feel like at this point, I know it's early, but it's still Liverpool's kind of season to lose. It's still kind of early, but Liverpool, if they win this one, it's definitely a great result for them.
Yeah, like they had like their last 10 fixtures. Liverpool have been pretty tough, and they've won I think 9 out of their last 10.
They drew against here I have it here. They drew against Arsenal,
Yeah, and if
which is
they keep up that consistency, then they need that Premier League, bro. Like it'd be a failure if they don't win it.
Yeah, like I think at this point for City to come back and win it, like they probably need to win out. Like they probably can't lose another game for the rest of the season, and they can probably draw like very few.
Who's beating Liverpool? Who can take them down? The only team they tied,
Arsenal.
they didn't deport it, but like they tied was Arsenal 2-2. But after that, dude, they're destroying teams.
They
4-0, 2-0,
They
3-2,
lost to what,
2-0.
Bournemouth? Oh no, was that
they
Arsenal?
lost to Forest in September.
Oh, okay. It's those weird games. It's
hard,
those
man.
one-off games that you maybe they don't come out as hungry, but it's definitely going to be hard to find a team that's going to be able to beat them, and they've been doing it in the Champions League too, which I think is scary, because they don't even have like the deepest squad.
No, they have a lot of injuries right now, but I think players are coming back. I think Chiesa is gonna be coming back in like a week or so. Same with Alisson as well.
Yeah.
Jota I think is coming back soon.
I
So
forgot they
they'll have more depth.
Had Jota, brother. They have like another front line just waiting.
Yeah.
yeah,
They do.
Damn.
And a serious question here: does Alisson go back right into the starting 11?
nah, bro, you can't. Like the way Keller has been playing, and
Oh
like how
my
they've been
gosh.
saving them in big games. There's no way you drop him just like that, bro.
Good keeper too.
How do you pronounce his first name?
I don't know, bro. Irish tax, bro. Some of those names are tough.
Do
to
you know
pronounce.
how to pronounce it?
No, I don't. It's an interesting one.
I'm pretty sure some of these are signs. Definitely like Coleman or something.
No one wants to answer my question though.
What was your question?
You guys just kind of dodged it.
How to pronounce his name or what?
No, like what if
City's not going to bounce back?
But what if they do?
They won't.
Well,
Then yeah,
but what if they do?
yeah, the
there's a
league,
chance
What
they
does Matt
can.
say? I don't work with what ifs.
Bro,
What ifs, must have
the
maybes.
league's been a farmers league. If you've had City winning how many leagues in the past 7 since Guardiola was there? 6, right?
If it's a Farmers, then why aren't they in top still? Why are they in 6th place right now or 5th place? Sorry.
Season's young, bro.
Why are they in 5th place? So if season's young, do you actually do you take his word for, his question and consider it and say that,
Yeah.
what if they win the league?
Yeah, if they win the league, it's definitely a farmers league. Yeah, it's
Well,
been a
it
farmers league.
continues being a farmers league if they win the league.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Okay,
bro.
but how does it look if they come back and win the league? Is it an absolute embarrassment to the other teams?
It would be the definition of a choke job from Liverpool.
Depends on the fashion that they do it. Like if they win out every single game and they look dominant, then fair play. Like City are just an insane side. But if it's like they're winning, they look okay, and then it's the other teams are just kind of like Arsenal are drawing games, dropping points that they do, and we've seen in the past they're like notorious choke jobs. And then if Liverpool start to slip up, right, and start to drop points, stop winning games, maybe go on a little bit of a losing run, then you can say definitely is kind of embarrassing.
Okay, but based
these
off your
teams.
guys' responses, it's not blasphemous for City to come back then.
I think it can be done.
I think it can be done because if you realize there's also Champions League, right? And Liverpool's first right now,
yeah,
Champions League.
the Champions League
Yeah.
group. So, the farther they go, what's the priority here now? Because they
gonna
do
be
have
both.
some
The
players.
thing with Liverpool though is
But
that
do
they're
they
gonna have a
have
good little
bench?
break because of that one playoff run. The first, how many teams make it to right away to the next round?
And they don't play.
8. They don't have to play that other
Ooh,
round.
True.
Yeah, you miss like a whole 2 games. You miss like
Yeah,
a
a
whole
month,
yeah.
a
away.
month,
Yeah,
a month of
yeah.
football.
Yeah,
Champions
So it
League
definitely
football.
does help.
huge. And I think but the thing is that's also like if you look at it like from City's perspective, if they end up like in the rut of that kind of middle of the pack, you can end up drawing like a Madrid or like a Juve or like another strong team from that middle of the pack. Now all of a sudden you have another 2 strong games in your calendar that you have to now plan for, worry about. Takes a toll.
And
on the
another
team,
2
right?
games you have to play that
Yeah,
you
have to
really
win.
don't want to play.
You have to win. And you have to win those
Yeah,
games.
you have to try hard.
Yeah.
So from Arsenal, second place in the league with 25 points, it's still a pretty strong league considering Aston Villa, who have 12 points, Aston Villa, who are in 12th, have 19 points. So 6-point different from second to 12th. Like the leagues can still keep bouncing around, and it just comes down to now: can Man City really flip the page and start winning every single game out now? I don't think so.
Would you guys,
I don't think so.
before the league started, at this time of the year, did you guys see City ever being in 5th place right now?
That's a crazy
Nah.
question to ask.
No,
no
we
shot,
obviously
bro.
know.
Crazy
I think-
though.
I think
Shot.
pretty-
Fifth
I
place.
think
Not
pretty
gonna
much
lie.
everyone
I did.
Like,
I'm kidding, bro.
gosh,
I'm kidding.
I think everyone here predicted them to either win the league or come in second.
Yeah.
Realistically, by the end of
They
the
still.
season,
I would assume they still have to be
Hey.
top 3.
Hey,
They're
it's
fifth
the
place
league
right now.
ain't- The league
Still
ain't
young.
done.
Still young.
I don't care how bad City have looked. It's still a farmers league. Every team in the league still twerks for City. So they're going to end up winning the league, and it's going to be embarrassing.
Bro, the thing is, like, if City do end up winning the league, it shows just how unserious some players on these top teams are. Because man like Palmer, man like Salah, man like Saka, these are legacy-defining season for them right now. Saka's only 10 assists away from equaling the assist record in the Premier League.
You're kidding. What? I
Only
didn't
10
know that.
assists. He has 10 assists right now, and it's the beginning of December.
Whoa.
Cole Palmer, is he a
I think he
one
has 7
season-
assists.
Is he a one-season wonder?
He has 7 assists in the Prem.
I think it's 10.
Let me double check
check.
here.
But
Go ahead.
anyways,
Go ahead.
Cole Palmer,
7 assists.
is he a one-season wonder, or is he going to step up and actually do something for Chelsea? and
7
win a trophy?
assists, and Cole Palmer's not a 1-season wonder because I think his numbers are just even equally as matched as Salah's right now.
in the league.
Right now, Salah has 18 GA, and Cole Palmer. Let me double check here. I'm pretty sure his GA is still pretty high.
In the league, yeah.
He has 8 assists and 6 assists and 8 goals. So it's at what? 14. Still pretty high.
But anyways, like I was saying, Salah, legacy-defining season for him. Can he be a Ballon d'Or contender if he continues replicating the kind of form he's on now? Like I said, Palmer, one-season wonder. We'll see. Can he carry Chelsea to a Premier League trophy? And Chelsea are also in the Club World Cup too. If he wins that trophy as well, Ballon d'Or shot as well. And Starboy Saka having an unbelievable start to the season. 7 assists right now. Can he break that assist record in the Prem? If they win the Premier League, Ballon d'Or shout.
Dude, like you literally just said, it will be embarrassing if these players, so-called up-and-coming talents, world beaters, let Man City come back to win this Premier League. It's embarrassing. I honestly think it's a lack of professionalism and just a lack of elite mentality. And I'm not even taking that by an inch of salt.
What?
I'm talking about this at the highest level. It's like...
This guy knows.
I don't think these guys should be Premier League players if they let that happen. I think they should be relegated as footballers.
Relegated. Crazy.
Stop.
No. Look, everyone's laughing at Man City right now. I'm sure they're in the Arsenal locker room, Chelsea locker room, Liverpool locker room. Like, yo, it's finally our year. Let's go. And then Man City comes back and wins it. Embarrassing. I might stop watching soccer.
You don't watch anyways. So.
I think if professional footballers in the change room and laughing that Man City are losing games is not the right mentality as a professional.
Well, you know they're doing it.
No.
no, you know they're happy, bro.
They're
Gabriel
content.
Magalhaes is literally going like this because they were laughing at Gyökeres.
Man,
You don't think
he's
they're laughing at Man
Brazilian,
City?
bro.
You
It's
don't think they're
why.
laughing at Man City?
I think they're laughing more at Pep over stressing about it and cutting his face up than an actual result. If I were a real footballer, I'd understand that the fact that they're losing their games because of one player and one player only is Rodri.
That's not the only reason why they're losing.
Man.
If he's in that game against Liverpool, they're still losing that game.
No, because the formation wouldn't have been set up the way they've been playing that game.
They're still losing that game.
No.
You think they're
No,
still losing that game?
no, because the mentality wouldn't have been the same. They wouldn't have been in the
One player changes the whole team's mentality.
Dude, 6 matches not having a win and coming into this game, like you said, it's mentality. These players are mentally broken. Pep is already mentally broken. If they were in a run of form with Rodri, no injury, having healthy, they probably wouldn't have been losing these many games to begin with. They probably would have been a great run of form heading into the Liverpool match. We can't really predict yes or no, but I think a big reason is because of Rodri's absence.
But no, but I'm saying if they're on this losing streak and Rodri just happens to be back against Liverpool and they still lost 6 in a row, Rodri's first game back, they're still losing that game.
No, I think the players are playing their heart out because they know Rodri back. Their players back.
Rodri doesn't have that kind of form, man. People
Dude,
aren't playing
you don't
for
think
Rodri.
Rodri's so overrated.
you don't think the team that their teammates are
not playing
like
for
our
Rodri.
Ballon d'Or winner is back. We're gonna go out and win this game for
They're
him.
not.
I don't know.
No, you guys are wild.
I don't think he's.
You guys are
He's
wild.
not like, bro. That's like.
They're not playing for
There's
Rodri
only
like that.
really small
He's not
players.
Ronaldo
Yeah, I was gonna
level,
say
like
it's
Messi
that's
level.
Ronaldo Messi level there.
No.
That's you can't, man. I don't think they're doing anything. Maybe if he came a couple of games before, and then they started winning those games. Yeah, sure, mentality is there now. But if he comes right at this game, nah, they're still losing.
I heard he might be coming back like sooner than anticipated.
Because
Apparently,
anticipated was
Define
what,
soon.
like Feb.
I think they're saying something like February.
So now he's gonna come back.
Because they're saying he's gonna be out for the season, but now he's supposed to be back like just after the New Year, apparently.
Well, he was already walking on his way
Yeah.
with the trophy.
What,
when he
what are
was
they
presenting
juicing
it.
him with, bro? They're probably doing everything under the sun.
You know what, man? Like I feel like a lot of these players have been recovering a lot quicker from like these knee injuries like lately. Like I don't know if that's good thing or bad thing.
I think
but,
there's
like,
another player in the Serie A who's also coming back from a
Yeah,
knee.
Skamaka. Bro, he got ACL
Scamacca.
injury and he's like training after 3 months.
And another player too. I think.
Scalvini.
Yeah.
Yes, but from Atalanta
Yeah.
as well, right? And even like not for anything, Tejan Buchanan too. Like what?
Yeah,
he like,
came
literally
back
broke
fast.
his leg
Man, science, bro.
in like what July.
Science.
He's already back playing. You know what I mean? It's like it's pretty impressive to see. But I mean, speaking of impressive and you know embarrassing comebacks in the league, like dude, the last few weeks we were talking about how Barca are
I
running
knew
away,
you were gonna go with this.
running away with La Liga. They're absolutely running away with La Liga. No one has a chance. Barca are the best team in football, and now Madrid can take the lead if they win their game in hand. Thoughts?
I mean, it's crazy that a club like Barca is so reliant on a teenager to get results for them. Because Lamine Yamal's been injured for the past few games, and have Barca been winning? Nope.
You're not wrong.
It's embarrassing. Said it about
Embarrassing.
if City come back. I'm saying about this. It's embarrassing. I don't like watching embarrassing soccer.
And it's not like Madrid like doesn't have any injuries too, bro. A lot of their players are gone, injured.
So you can't
Militao's
even- you
injured,
can't even
Alaba's
pull the injury
injured,
excuse, you know?
Chouameni's injured, bro. Like,
They're playing with a youth at the back.
yeah, Asensio.
I saw a crazy stat actually posted by on Twitter. Barcelona are in the exact same position after 15 games this season as they were last season.
Really?
So after 15 games with our new gaffer, we have 34 points. After 15 games last season with Xavi, we had 34 points.
Really?
That's crazy.
Doesn't seem like it, right?
It doesn't. It doesn't. But
You guys, it doesn't seem like it, but at the same time, were Real Madrid up ahead at that point? Probably.
I'd assume so.
yeah,
And then that's why you guys are thinking the mentality. Like, okay, we're in first. That's why I
that's
don't.
true.
That's why you don't think in that position. But Madrid have been also like
they weren't losing their
Falling
games
off,
or
yeah.
falling off and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. It looks.
Madrid are in
My-
second.
My
with
boots are shaking a bit.
Yeah, it's only 1 point.
1 point and 1 game less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15 to 14 games.
It's. I don't know, man.
But Mbappe got his goal this weekend.
I don't know.
I'm still calling him Lotan, bro.
Yeah.
Still calling him Lotan.
Until what?
Until he starts like performing when it matters, you know, in the big games.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Carlo's gonna transition Mbappe fully on the left and have Vini striker?
No,
I feel like I think that's what's happening.
if that's gonna happen, then Vini's career is gonna be falling off now.
You think so?
Gonna start falling off.
Why?
realistically,
It's not his position.
when
Can be.
He doesn't have the
what was he playing with? Benzema. It was a 3 up top with Vini, or was it just? I swear it was just them 2 up top.
It was them two, and then who's on the
Jude
right?
kinda roaming.
It was.
And
It was a.
then
It
even-
was a 4-1-2-1-2. No.
It
Yeah.
depends on the game. Some games they played with Rodrigo up there as well. Some games they played with Valverde up there as
weird,
well.
yeah.
But then other games it very much was like a 4-1-2-1-2 where
Yes.
like Bellingham and Vini almost played off of Benzema. I think Vini can be a nasty striker.
I think so, man.
I think he can do his thing. Like, dude, even if we were just talking about Liverpool with Luis Diaz played striker. Like, obviously he didn't score or do anything really in that game, but he can still like cause problems, right? And I think like on the team sheet he'll be lining up as a striker, but I'm sure he'll be drifting kind of around.
The
right?
thing with those two players, and Mbappe and Vini, they like starting to play with the ball in their feet and looking for space. He's gonna have no space whatsoever when he's coming down the midfield, and he's gonna be like, making runs into space behind the strikers. If he's gonna be asking for the ball with his back against the net, that's a different sport. That's different.
Yeah,
That's
but
different
Vini
for him.
can also drop deep. Like his playmaking bag's like low key underrated. You know what I mean? Like Mbappe, like when he was playing striker, this guy was not tracking back at all, bro. Like he just would wait there. Sometimes he wouldn't even make the runs.
My question is now though, if Madrid are gonna play Mbappe left wing, sure. Are they bending over for Mbappe, and is that a sign that Vini like that's Mbappe's team now? And how's Vini gonna feel about that? Because again, Vini's a character, right? And he's those are two characters right there on a team, so it's hard. I don't know how do you think Mbappe Vini's gonna take that if they switch him to striker?
Well, the way I look at it, it's the history of Madrid. It's what they always do. Shiny new toy comes up on the shelf, and they want to grab it and put it on a pedestal. Mbappe is that next shiny toy, and I said it would happen. Whether it's Bellingham or Vini, one would be out the door. You can't have that many stars. You can't have that many marquee number 1 stars because they all want to be. And as much as I don't like Le 10 being the choice for them, it's inevitable. He's a World Cup winner. He's French football. It's coming, man.
But like, I guess like my rebuttal to that is like, why could other teams do it, but this team can't?
Do what?
Like have that many stars. There have been teams that have had more stars than this in the past.
Not like this.
Oh.
3 Ballon d'Or candidates?
MSN.
Yeah, but now you're looking at
That's
an
Barcelona.
actual striker, an actual winger, an actual creator. Like you can't have. They're literally playing with like 3 left wingers up forward when Rodrigo's healthy.
What about BBC?
Same thing.
It
You have
didn't,
a striker, you have a left winger, you have a right winger.
It did
It wasn't
work.
that elite, BBC.
How many Champions League they win?
Bale was injured a lot.
Like, Bale was a big game player.
Turned up when it mattered.
Benzema, they did not want.
Yeah.
He was there. It's the same thing now. Like they probably don't want Vini, but they just got to make it work.
No, I would say the
No.
team wants Vinny. The players like Vinny, but like
I'm sure the players like Benzema
the
too.
fans like Vinny too. The fans do not like Benzema.
Do you think
They just love Mbappe more.
Fair.
they don't like Mbappe?
Who?
Fans, the team?
No. I think, again, like Jay said, it's a new toy. You have to give it. I don't know.
He's also the
it's
star.
dues
He's
and-
also the star. I feel like he's also, not for anything, maybe a better player too.
Who?
Would you
Mbappe.
agree? Would you guys
Not
agree?
right now, bro. Vini's better than Mbappe right now. But if he does end up getting pushed to striker, I don't think it's going to impact him that much. I feel like Vini's like one of those players that have just like a stone cold mentality and like just won't succumb to like the pressure and like, oh, you got to play a new position. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
At least at club level, yeah.
Yeah, at least at club level, right?
I would have brought up Brazil again for you, man. I would have literally. You gotta say club level for every time you talk about Vini,
That's true.
or else I'm gonna say what happened with Brazil.
But nah, I feel like he'd excel for sure. You know, like the mentality he has, he'll definitely.
I don't
Definitely
know.
put in the
I
work.
feel like every time the ball's gonna be given to his feet, a defender's gonna approach him. He's gonna look for the foul, complain, ask the ref, "Where's my call? Where's my call?" If the baller's not give it to him into space, it's not gonna work out for him, and it hasn't been working out for Mbappe because Mbappe looks the exact same way.
Nah,
He's
they play a little
I think he's
different,
100% have to change his game a bit.
yeah,
Right?
for
When he
sure.
gets the ball on the left side, he slows the game down. He takes that player on one-on-one, gets the foul, goes around him. You know how he likes to cut in, get that little, a little finessey. It's a different game up top, right? He's gonna have to try to break that line. See how many offsides he'll be if he's more offside than Mbappe. We'll have to see how he does. Maybe he looks at some CR7 tape and see how he did it up top. But who knows, man? It's a hard one. What else you guys got?
The klsassiker, James. How was that?
Oh yeah, the klsassiker.
Yeah, good game for once. Yeah, it wasn't turning it off by halftime, which was nice. I
You were
think.
waiting though.
Huh?
You had your finger on that turn off
Turn
button.
off button.
Oh, we went
Before
up
the
early.
game. You were looking for it. Now you said
What?
we're losing.
Oh yeah, dude. I thought for sure we were gonna get clapped. But you know what, dude? This is like it's what, not three in a row, but last two now. We beat them last year. Second Der Klassiker, we beat them away 2-0. And now we tie them at home. Had some injured players, so did they. Harry Kane went down. We'll see how serious that injury is for them, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I thought we played well. They played pretty well too. Musiala, I think, is top 3 players in the world right now. I think, no doubt. I think no one's really been talking about him, which is the crazy part. But he's just like nasty player. Company's doing some good things with him so far. I think like Company has him playing like really aggressive attacking football like that, the Bayern way. Yeah, good game. Bayern probably gonna win the league, but yeah.
And then 1-1, no?
1-1. Yeah, good game. Bino Gittins, elite season so far. I know what I was talking about in the chat a little bit. Like, he's got more goals this season than a whole host of players that I wasn't expecting that. I was pretty surprised with that.
What players were again? You said Yamal,
More goals than Yamal,
Saka?
Griezmann, Saka,
Palmer.
Lautaro Martinez.
Gittins?
Yeah.
Jeez, why isn't he spoken about? English lad.
Yeah. he
all
will-
comps.
Yeah, all comps. Yeah, he will be. He will be spoken about soon. I think Buddy turns up in the Champions League, turned up in some big games. I think he just needs to develop a little bit more consistency, and then he'll be gone. Like 120 mil, go to like Arsenal or something like that, maybe. And then, yeah. But no, it's good to see him turn up. Great player. Good mentality. Yeah, he said himself like I want to follow Sancho's path. Like I came
Really?
here. Like, he was a City.
He wants
academy-
to.
Is that a good
No,
path
that's not
to
a good
follow,
thing,
bro?
man. That's not a
dude,
good thing.
I think it was. The next step is going to be key. The next step is going to be key. I think like one. I think he came from City Academy boy, realized there wasn't a chance there. Let me go and do my thing abroad. Doing his thing abroad now. Now I think this is the key. Like he needs to realize, okay, like I shouldn't leave too early. But when I do, I also need to make sure I'm making the right choice. You know, I'm not following the money. I'm following maybe where there's an opportunity. So hopefully he does that. But we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, exciting things. Sahin's turning things around. You know,
Sahin in or out?
he's in. I think the board's backing him. If they backed him through that rough patch, they're backing him now. Like to be fair, dude, like if you look at some of the lineups that we were throwing out during that rough patch, dude, it was brutal. We had like one player in the back line playing in their true position. We had a right back playing left back. We had a CDM playing center back. We had a CDM playing right back. And we had Schlotterbeck and had our backup goalie. It was a mess. But now I think the team's fit again. Adeyemi should be back soon. And we cook. We're finishing top 8 in Champions League easy. I'll even say we're finishing top 5.
Damn.
Easily. We might not lose another game in Champions League.
I called Dortmund top 8 beginning.
Hey,
Definitely
you guys
happening.
definitely are losing one more game at least.
Wow. Says who?
So you guys are facing the mighty Barcelona, bro.
Yeah, you guys are coming to our home, brother.
And so what, bro? Do you think that scares me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in my best form when I'm
He ain't
there.
scared of the yellow wall, bro.
I'm gonna be in my best form, bro. I'm a mentality monster.
It should, man.
Yeah, you taking Yamal's spot on the wing?
Yeah,
or what?
dude.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited for that game, man. Like
It's
I
gonna
said,
be
I
fun.
love a good Barca Dortmund game. They're always thrillers, and yeah, it's gonna be good football, good attacking play. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, speaking of Musiala earlier, is his future at Bayern Munich?
I see him going to Prem, man. I don't know what team. Maybe it's the City. He was at City. Oh no,
No, he wasn't.
he
He
was
was at
at
Chelsea.
Chelsea. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? I swear he was at City Academy. No,
Chelsea.
Chelsea Academy.
Yeah.
Okay, but still, I could see him. I think he wants to go to Prem one day. You don't think so?
I think if he wanted to play in the Prem, I think he would have stayed playing for England. I don't think he would have switched his nationality, to be honest.
I think his nationality switching also came because of maybe the pressure from playing in Bayern.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think I saw something online. Like apparently, like he made the decision to do it because I think something with like his mom's job. Like apparently, like his mom's job like wasn't going to be secure in England, but it was going to be secure in Germany. So when they made the choice to move back to Germany, that he just kind of that made his decision, and then he just decided from there that he was going to represent Germany.
He's very German.
Yeah, like to be honest, at this point, he looks English, but he's more German. You know what I mean? Like if you hear him talk, like he's very much German. I think he's there for life. To be honest, like
Life, damn. Not
Yeah.
maybe La Liga top 2.
yeah, maybe a Madrid, but at this point, like
I see Wirtz even
where
going
does
there
he-
before.
Where does he play in Madrid? So I don't know. I think Wirtz is gonna go to City.
Next season.
Maybe, yeah, to kind of replace De Bruyne and kind of figure out whatever they're doing over there. I think Wirtz will go to City for sure. Like I think that's almost like a lock. I can't really see him going anywhere else. Like, and then Bayern, I think will just hold on to Musiala and build around him.
I think for the sake of German football, Bayern Munich needs to hold on to Musiala and secure Wirtz.
If they get both, yeah, it would be crazy. It would be crazy if they get both. I just don't know if they could coexist like that. Like
They play well in the national team
every
together.
game though, it's different though. I think national team, like you do it because you have to, right? Like you only have like a set pool of players to choose from. Obviously, you're putting out your most talented players, but I think like if you're like a manager and you have a choice, like especially it's a big investment. You know what I mean? Like Wirtz is going to be cheap, 150 mil. Probably.
When's his contract ending?
I think he has another few years because he signed an extension.
Every
Right.
team bends backwards to Bayern, bro.
Yeah, they might, but I think it's gonna be. It's not gonna be cheap. It's not gonna be under 100 mil. Like they'd be silly to do so.
Yeah.
So I think like if that's the case, like if you're spending that much money on a player, I think you're gonna try to like at least fit the system, right? Unless company says like I think I can make it work with him, then maybe it works out. And then at that point, like you're looking for like a Kane replacement. Like I don't know how much longer he has.
Oh, I 100% see Kane going back to Tottenham. Like I think that's
Back to Spurs.
back to Spurs. I think
Yeah.
100% he's going back to
Maybe.
Spurs.
Or his boyhood club, Arsenal.
He's gonna he's gonna want to break that record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Undo.
gonna he has to, man. At that point, that would be in the back of his head for the rest of his life if he doesn't. That'd be in the back of my head if I was that close and I didn't go back to try to do it. Even if you had to go to a team like Ipswich or Leicester City where he was
Stop,
before,
Okay, no, but what's he gonna do with the players around him? If he's gonna look to break records?
He has to fight that. Right? He has to get it.
Not for anything, man. What's his name? And is doing pretty decent things with Spurs recently. A little bit, but a good run of form. You don't think so?
Yeah, I mean they're a good team. Like, to be honest, like I could see it, but the only thing is, like, how is that gonna go down, like, financially? Like, are Spurs gonna buy him back?
No.
I doubt it. Right? That's the only tricky part, I think, when it comes to.
I feel like Germans need to stay in Germany if they want to see some good success for them in the national team too.
That's what I'm saying, bro. For the sake of German football, you need the best talents playing for the best team in Germany.
Well, that's the same thing with
Honestly,
England, right?
I don't think that's true.
Why?
I think not for Germany, at least. I think Germans have had success everywhere.
Cruz.
They have, no, for sure. But I
Yeah.
feel like today's age, I don't know.
The majority of their team, actually, like, if you looked at, like, let's say their best 11 injuries aside, like, probably a good half the team doesn't actually probably play in Germany, right? Like,
Rudiger, Tony Cruz.
No, Tony Cruz on.
Are you talking like right now? Right now?
yeah, Ter
Okay,
Stegen
okay.
is probably in net, right?
Not good.
Realistically speaking, yeah, but he's like realistically he's going to be the number one, right? Like, you
Over
have
Kevin Trapp?
You have Rudiger in there. Kevin Trapp's not bad. I mean, technically, Füllkrug doesn't play in the league anymore, so he's probably in there too.
Yeah, but they're not playing in their best of form either.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, they're outside the league, right? A lot of these guys.
You wouldn't toss in another striker from the league over Füllkrug? That's playing football.
It's not really.
Name me one that's better right now.
Prime Germany had like almost full Bundesliga team.
Yeah, because they all came from Bayern. But that's the thing now. Like that's really up to Bayern, right? Like, this is probably the least German Bayern we've seen in a minute.
Yes.
If you look at their roster,
Yes.
it's really what? Pavlovic, Musiala,
Neuer.
Neuer's not going to be in the national team anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Dude, they have an Austrian right back, a Canadian left back, a French and a Korean center back. In the midfield, they have what? Kimmich and Pavlovic. Okay, you have two, but technically one of them is probably not even going to play if Palhinha's in.
And what's that saying about the national team?
And then you have Coman, you have KF Sané,
Olise.
you have Kane, Olise. So you have a lot of French players in there, right? I think that's why now you're seeing the national team is a little bit more diverse in terms of, like, it's not just Bayern players anymore. There's, like, a whole host of like, you know, Dortmund have like 5-6 guys, Leverkusen have a couple guys, Leipzig have a couple guys. And I think that works, right? But I think Bayern needs to have a strong part of the national team again for Germany to be like a back-to-back-to-back winner. Like, if they want to have that kind of dominance, they need to have a strong German core in Bayern. They're building it a little bit. Like, if they were to get Wirtz, that would be obviously ideal. But I think right now, like, not for anything, like Dortmund probably have the best German core in terms of, like, young talent that's in the league, and it's going to be playing for the national team in 2026. Like, you have the best German center back plays for Dortmund.
Who?
Schlotterbeck. Easy.
Yeah, he was disgusting
Dude,
Better
in the
than
game against
Rudiger?
Bayern. He was
100%.
disgusting.
100%.
Better than Rudiger, you think
Dude,
so?
put Schlotterbeck in that Rudiger team. You're not. Ancelotti's not even gonna sniff Rudiger on the pitch, bro. Rudiger can't play a ball like Schlotti.
Yeah.
Rudiger's
Can, bro.
class.
Schlotterbeck
A lot of
is-
players
Good
say
mentality too.
Schlotterbeck is
Rudiger
the
has-
best
yeah.
ball-playing center back in the world. Easy,
in the world.
100%.
Better than Kubarsi?
Yeah, 100%.
I like the way Rudiger
100%.
Schlotterbeck
dude.
passes.
I
He's
haven't
really good
seen a
passer.
defender create that many chances from the back.
Okay,
Every
who
game
else you
you
got?
watch, he's just pinging passes through. But look at the Bino Gittins, who played that pass. It was
Yeah,
Schlotty. Even
that's
if you look back at Champions League,
I was gonna say, didn't Schlotty get a goal or an assist when he sent one through or something like
the
that?
Füllkrug goal, who sent that ball?
That was the
Füllkrug
one.
goal against PSG. That was Schlotterbeck.
That
as
was
well.
the one, yeah.
Dude, he pings a ball like nobody else, right? But him, Adeyemi, is in there as well. And I think, dude, up and coming, Mecha. I've been talking about this guy like crazy ever since he's been a 6. Same story as Gravenberch. They have the exact same build. Tall, lanky, technical. Thought they were a 10. Nope, he's a 6. 100%, this guy is going to go on to do massive, massive things in the 6 position, bro. Like, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he's at, like, Madrid or City in, like, a couple seasons. Dude, if you watch him play, he shouldn't be this technical for a player that's this big. He wins everything in the air. Dude, pings passes like nobody else.
Would you say he's built like Pogba?
Dude, if you watch him play, he's literally built like Pogba. If you watch him play, the way he gets out of tight spaces and then plays passes, like, dude, I haven't seen this in the Dortmund midfield in ages, bro. I'm used to watching Emre Can play, and now I'm graced by the gift of God to watch Mecha play. Dude, watch this. I'm telling you, everyone watching this, listening right now, go watch a Mecha comp against Bayern. Dude cleaned up. He was the best midfielder on the field, arguably. He had Musiala in the pocket for most of the game, and then pinged beautiful passes for the rest of it. What a player, man.
Let him
People-
What a
know.
player.
People, I haven't watched Mecha play obviously as much as you have, but
We'll put the comp on.
After that, watch the Zagadou comp.
Oh, dude.
Saga, dude.
I miss that player, man.
but what people are saying with Gravenberch, the reason why he's really good six because he's a ball carrying six, and his first thought is to go forward.
Yeah.
I saw a comp of Gravenberch in the last couple of games where when he gets the ball, he turns right away to go attacking.
Yeah.
He's not like passing it back or looking, getting the ball
Same
and looking
thing.
back. He turns with the ball to go forward. So I'm guessing
Yes.
that's what you're thinking.
Same thing, dude. I'll show you. We'll watch the comp after, and you're gonna say the same thing. As soon as he picks up the ball, turns forward. Where can
That's
I?
their
swing the
first
ball?
thought.
First thought is
That's
go
their first
forward.
thought to go for it, and
Yeah.
that's what you want.
That's the
Same thing. Pogba did.
the
Pogba will get the ball.
modern DM. Modern DM. Let's go forward.
So is he a starter for Germany?
Honestly, yeah, he did. Last international break, he started his first game and scored
Oh
for
wow.
them. I think realistically speaking, going forward, him and Pavlovic is going to be the pivot. Kimmich, I think, is going to shift to right back,
Right back.
and him and Pavlovic, I think, is going to be the starting pivot for Germany in 2026. 100%.
Even realistically for right back, what else is better option than Kimmich?
Yeah.
So like Kimmich
Nasty
has to
player.
be playing
Yeah,
right back too. I
nasty player
think.
there.
Right.
Nasty player.
One thing that he said is true, and I think it's the same thing with Barcelona. When there's more Spanish internationals that play in Barcelona that are playing on the team, that's when Spain are doing the best.
Yeah. And look
Exact
at it
same
now.
thing.
Yeah, look at it now. Like Barca are building this good young core of Spanish talent, and they're all going to be playing for Spain. They already are, right? But now look why are Spain so good is because you have Kubarsi is going to be in there. You're going to have Gavi. You're going to have Pedri. You're going to have Yamal. Right?
Olmo.
Balde, Olmo.
Casado, possibly.
Casado
Casado.
possibly, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
Nico Williams if he ends up going, right? Ferran Torres. You have all these guys that are Spanish nationals that are playing week in, week out together, building that chemistry. So when you're going to national break, you're almost like just like upgrading a couple positions, but
Exactly.
you're still playing with your same boys. But it's like, you know what? Like when you're at club level, you're like, oh fuck, like our right back's trash, like whatever. But now you're getting to bring in a right back from Madrid. You know what I mean for your national team. So it's kind of sick, right? So it's like you're still balling with your same boys,
Yeah.
but those one or two guys, you're like, okay, these guys aren't at the same level. But now you're just bringing in a few other players from different teams, dude. It's sick when that happens, bro. That's probably what it was like when Bayern used to go.
100%.
And Germany used to go to international break, right? They're like, okay, like it's literally we're just balling with our boys, but okay, sick. Like now we actually have Hummels at the back. We actually have a 6 center back there. You know what I mean? Like it's sick, and that's why I think so many teams are gonna start looking to do that.
I'm sure.
They have to do
The funny thing I'm thinking about now is how do the clubs feel seeing their whole team go in international
Praying
duty?
for no injuries,
They're
bro.
probably they're probably dying. Please, not one.
You know what though?
There's a bigger chance.
But it's probably better to have all of them go to one team than to scatter. At least it's more controlled.
Yeah.
You know, it's more controlled. Like, like, okay, whatever. We can just send a jet to go get them to make sure they're back in time, whatever. Like, you don't have to send out. They're not traveling all across the world, especially if they're playing within Europe.
That's true.
Like, dude, like imagine like half your team is playing for like Ivory Coast, right? All your friendlies are in Africa, so they're traveling a lot more. Or what if your whole team's Canadian,
Yeah.
right? Like Inter, they're gonna be all Canadians soon, right? They're signing all these Canadians, but
Inter?
yeah.
What other Canadians are they signing?
We're gonna get Joe David. Alistair
Okay,
Johnson's
okay.
gonna go there too. All
Alright.
Canadians.
Well, yeah. What else you guys got?
That's awesome. I had one more thing.
Go for it.
Does Bino Gittins just go by Gittins now?
Yeah. He dropped the bino.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know what happened or why he dropped it, but he just started the
Been
season.
balling ever since.
Yeah, dude, he dropped it and he's like I'm different now. I'm not sure why he dropped it. Like I think I'm assuming it was maybe like both like parents' names and maybe he just wants to just go by one
Go
now.
clean it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's just easier for like jerseys, commentators, everything.
Any question now? Just I don't know how this is gonna go, but any other player that's dropped the name or switched their back name that started ball off after that? I'm just thinking right now.
Maybe Vini.
What
Vinny for sure.
was Vini?
When he was Vinicius Jr., he
He
was
had Vinicius
trash.
Jr.
Yeah.
Vinny had Vinicius. I didn't remember that.
He was
Yeah, bro.
trash.
But he's also like
That
young
might be
too,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
That might
And
be it.
Mbappe also have Mbappe Lotin.
He did have Mbappe
Yeah, he
Lotin.
did. I think he
feel
did.
like
At Monaco.
when you're coming up, you're putting the full name.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the hardest one though for me is Virgil.
Van Dijk.
He used to have Van Dijk, but now he just has Virgil.
Oh yeah, that's
Ooh,
right.
that's
a
aura.
hard-
That's
that,
true.
That just screams aura. You just throw Virgil back there. It's just like,
Yeah.
like you know who I am. You know what I mean? Like
I don't have to give you my last name.
Yeah, I don't have to give you my surname.
Yeah.
Like, you know who I am.
I remember Nike tried to pay Frankie de Jong to just have
Oh, yeah.
Frankie on his shirt when he
Yeah.
joined Barca.
Yeah, I remember
He
hearing
didn't
about
want to
that.
do it.
Ooh, that's tough too. Frank in the back.
He didn't
Well,
wanna
yeah,
do it.
because De Jong is so popular in the sport.
Yeah,
too. Frankie's
too.
a
Oh, it's a
different.
bad choice for him.
Yeah, Frankie does seem
He
cool.
messed up. Could have been way more marketable.
Jeez, man.
There's like 30 De Jongs in soccer.
Yeah.
Frankie's way cooler than F. De Jong.
That too. He has F. De Jong. He doesn't have De Jong.
Kind of lame.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal has Yamal in the back.
Oh,
I
his
think.
full name.
He has his
Lamine
full name,
Yamal.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He has Mazraoui too.
What? Seriously?
On his shirt is Lamine Yamal Mazraoui.
Yeah, sure, bud.
No, it's Lamine Yamal. Relax. What
You
do you
thought
think?
about it
What
first.
would you think? What do you think would sound cooler though? Lamine on the back or Yamal on the back? Like if you had to
I
choose
like
one.
both, bro. I think Lamine Yamal just
Yeah.
it's like Luis Enrique, bro. Like you can't have one without the other, you know.
No. Well, if you're, if he's gonna be one of the goats, like he has to choose one. Right? I think.
Nah, he doesn't have to.
You don't think so?
No, for what?
Messi, bro. Messi. Do you? I mean,
Hey man, everyone can write their own fucking
Oh.
path.
Yeah, just let him be Lamine Yamal, bro.
I think Lamine would be pretty hard though on the back of the kit.
that's what I'm
Lamine?
thinking. I'm thinking Lamine sounds sick in the back. Just Lamine.
Allow both,
For
bro.
me, nothing makes me more upset when people have their first initial dot their last name on their shirts.
L.
I
Suarez.
hate it. Like, why did Iniesta have A. Iniesta for his career? There's no other Iniestas playing.
But if there was a player to do that, it would be Iniesta.
Why?
He's just that type of guy. He's just
do you
very.
mean?
He's very formal.
Remember?
He's very formal.
That's so, like, I hate that.
That's the
man.
guy who would do it.
Like, am I the only one that bothers me? I want
Oh.
just last names or nicknames. Like, I don't need a initial dot last name unless there's like
Multiple
two
on the
Smiths on the team.
team.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%. I
that's
agree.
fair.
I don't know why you have to do that unless you want to like really represent.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Like, so
Weird to
many-
me.
So many players do that.
So many, you think?
Yeah.
Who else does it though?
Um.
Can't really think of any. Top of my head at least now. I'm sorry if I put you in a tough
Yeah.
spot here.
So many.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
can't
I
think of
was just
another.
curious because you said there were so many.
You
So I
put
thought,
me on the
I thought
spot.
maybe you had like a couple, like just.
Man, the guy caught you right
You
there.
put
eh?
me on the
I
spot.
thought you just had.
Oh,
it so far,
I
but
feel like Alvarez is J. Alvarez.
I think it might be. I think you might be right there.
Um,
So there's a couple City players that had. I don't know if it was maybe just like a one
An era.
like a kit thing. Like maybe they did it for like a certain like edition of a kit. But in my head, like I'm thinking of like City kits.
another big one. M. Salah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's no other
Does have
Salah.
M.
Like,
Salah.
no one else is Salah. Just where's
There
Salah?
might be a couple other Salahs.
Not on the Prem.
Not on the pool. Not in pool.
None that come to mind like that though.
Like,
Man.
what?
Come on.
I actually noticed that when we were watching the game. Like, such a waste of a kit, man.
I think you're maybe just trying to like start your own thing, like start your own trend, right?
Like, it's so much cleaner though. Why do you need to like do that?
It could work. Like sometimes I think the Iniesta kit actually worked with A. Iniesta.
Yeah, because he turned out to a legend, so
Yeah.
like you remember it. But I feel like Iniesta just way cleaner. You know, like why did Xavi put X. Hernandez on his jersey?
Yeah, that one was weird. Like
He didn't. I'm joking.
no, I'm saying that would be
He
weird.
did it. That would be weird,
I also
man.
think like even if Xavi just had like Hernandez in the back of his kit,
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh.
I don't think people would remember him the same. To
Exactly.
be honest. It could have affected his legacy.
I have a feeling Frankie could have panned out at Barca if he put Frankie at the back.
In an
He just
alternate
would have had
world?
more aura. He would have had more aura.
You think so?
Yeah. Because like the pressure would have amounted. You have a nickname at the back. It's kind of Brazilian, like kind of flary. Like, you know what I mean?
What other players do you think could have a?
Well,
Can
when
do that.
when Suarez did the L dot at Uruguay, like no point. Like really, you're the top scorer in your national team. You gotta have like your first initial on your kit.
Just so you know, man.
Whatever, man.
The more you know.
My biggest pet peeve in soccer.
Jeez.
In football.
Soccer. I'm in Canada.
My bad.
Jeez.
All right,
Sorry.
Yank.
Sorry.
All right, Yankee.
All right.
Someone close it out. You
Yeah,
guys are
close
just
it
having me
out.
waffle about
Okay,
kid
I'll
names.
close it out.
It's funny watching you squirm.
Yeah.
Man, like
Doesn't
Quinto.
happen
No
very
one's
often.
replying to me. I'm trying to like. Thanks. Sorry for the audio
Oh,
listeners who
jeez,
just let me
man.
go on a tangent.
Well, yeah, guys, that's another episode wrapped up here with the Footy Culture Boys. You know who we are. Again, like Jay said, shout out to the guys listening, the listeners. Thanks for always tuning in. The guys watching on YouTube, you guys know who you are. Thanks for always showing the love. Another month, December, Christmas, holidays. We got some cool stuff coming up for the holidays, so we'll see what we can do here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know who we are.
We the culture, man.
We the culture. We also the number one podcast in Canada, so
Damn.
you know how it is.
Is that factos?
It's fact. It has to be factos, bro. Yeah, boys. Thanks
To
again.
me.
Cheers.
Peace.
Ciao, boys and gals.
Dollar, don't dollar. Ciao.
Peace, 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 peace.
And Salah does have to use this. It says here.
All wearing.
Oh, Prem.
Dude, it literally says
It's
7.
probably wrong there because